times throughout the edits.
Oh, God.
I'm just going to click this.
Okay.
Let's do it over time.
Okay. My name is Janet.
Could you tell us a little bit about where you're from and where you grew up and went to high school and stuff?
Yes, I'm a military brat, an Army brat. So we lived all over the United States, and the best part was living in Ankara, Turkey for 4 years. Unfortunately, when my father retired, we settled in Texas, which is where my parents were from. And I didn't like it there at all, and I always wanted to be an actress, so I auditioned for Juilliard and NYU in 1980. At the time, the Tisch building was not on Broadway, where it is now. It was on 7th Street between 2nd Avenue and 3rd Avenue, and so I've been in the East Village ever since I came to go to Tisch. Since I paid my rent throughout my acting career as a secretary and a word processor, I learned that I could anticipate the needs of someone who was super busy and overwhelmed and had meetings, and I genuinely like people, and I like meeting people, and I like helping people, and it doesn't take me a long time to feel comfortable around people, and part of that comes from moving a lot as a kid, but part of it is just that I enjoy conversation, I enjoy being with people. So while I'm with a client and while I'm working, I'm not waiting until I can be on my phone by myself or waiting until I can finally get out of there. I'm engaged, I'm present, I'm listening. The woman I worked for the longest was blind, and I fell in love with her German Shepherd guide dog, and the client and I would run errands, the three of us together, all over the Upper West Side and the neighborhood. They all knew her and they knew the dog, and they were always so happy that she had somebody to go around and do errands with, and we became I would say we became friends. And we would call and text each other during the week, but it was a once a week assignment. And I think that's the assignment where I felt a huge sense of making a big difference in somebody's life. We both loved music, and she read a lot of books, audiobooks, and I'm a voracious reader, and often we'd recommend books to each other, and it was, we had quite a connection. And then when I had to move on, because I was going to be out of town for a while, I found someone right away very easily, and I trained that woman because by that time I knew so much about her life and the things she liked and didn't like, and that was very satisfying. I'm collecting oral histories for the New York Public Library about the East Village right now, and it's fascinating work, and I love my neighborhood so much, and I love New York. And I realized I've had that ever since 1980 when I came here and took in a deep breath of air and said, oh, thank God I'm not in Texas anymore, and I'm where I belong, and it's the best city in the world, and it's the best neighborhood in the world. I'm struck whenever I'm in another city about the reticence of people to engage and the lengths they'll go to avoid interaction with a gas station person or a deli person. And there's a thing about people who live in New York and understand that so many of your waiters and so many of your personal assistants and so many people that do difficult work are artists. And Lambent seems to understand that these are artists and they're smart, and you need to be honest with them, and you need to communicate with them and treat them with respect instead of, you know, these are my army of workers.